What's up, guys? D Muscle here, back with another video. This is a continuation from the video that I made a couple of days ago regarding the blockbuster hit Bird Box, the movie that just won't freaking go away. Okay, every day I hear something about this movie, and it's just getting pretty annoying right now. But since it won't go away, I decided that I would try to look a little bit more further into it because I did only watch it once. And in the video that I made a couple of days ago, it was just me giving you my take and my opinion as far as what I felt like the message was in the movie. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts on that, just go and watch that video again. But right now, I just finished watching the video from EX Ministries, and really good channel. This is a man who is a preacher or a pastor, and he basically exposes, all of the different agendas that go on in movies, games, TV shows, music, all different type of issues, because we know that Satan uses all of these devices to try to infiltrate, our minds and break us down, because he hates us. God's creation, he hates us, man. The devil doesn't like us very much. So he uses everything that we like to do and like to entertain ourselves with to try to break us down, including movies. Okay. So the guy from EX Ministries was basically saying that he felt that the movie was pushing more into the direction of dark matter. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm some scientific guy who's into astrology and all of that stuff. I don't know anything about dark matter. I've heard the term a couple of times. I looked into it a couple of years ago when they were talking about the CERN thing, the big giant machine on the ground in Switzerland. If you don't know anything about that, you might want to research that too. That's some pretty serious stuff right there. They're actually trying to recreate the Big Bang. So I don't really know if that's a good idea. But yeah, he was like, this movie was basically exposing dark matter into the natural. And if you go back and you watch and listen, because so many people, I think they were just watching the movie just for the sake of watching it, because everyone said it was a good movie. And I think everybody was just looking to be entertained and not really analyzing or breaking the movie down for what it actually is. Okay, so what I did is I just actually got on my iPad here, and I just looked up dark matter just to kind of get an idea as far as what is he talking about, and does it really make sense or coincide with this movie. So let's just go ahead and I'm gonna read a little bit to you. Okay, so I'm on Wikipedia, and I typed in dark matter, of course, and there is like a lot basically to read here. A whole lot of stuff, some illustrations, some pictures here. It's just a lot. It's too much for me to sit up here and I'll read it by myself, but I'm not going to sit up here and make an entire video on it. So if you are a nerd and you are just interested in what dark matter is, look it up and you'll see for yourself. But I'm just going to read a couple of things here as far as like that jumped out at me. And the part that jumped out at me was right here where it says dark matter is called dark because it does not appear to interact with observable evolution. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading above that. Observable electromagnetic radiation such as light, and thus is invisible to the entire electromagnetic spectrum, making it extremely difficult to detect using usual astronomical equipment. Okay, so but basically this is saying you can't see dark matter with your eyes, of course, and light can't pick it up. There's nothing that we have, I believe, that can actually detect it here on Earth, which is strange. I mean, you would think that NASA, you pouring all those billions of dollars into that company, that they would have come up with something by now. But mankind can only do so much. Let's see, we're gonna read this part down here. And It's just so much, man. So much. There's a history here, early history. I don't really see anything in here about entities from dark matter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just, perhaps it's a theory that the guy from EX Ministries had. You know, I mean, it kind of makes sense in a sense, but, you know, everyone has their own opinion on this movie. I mean, the fact is, it's a movie that definitely involves something that you cannot see, but that is definitely there. Okay, I mean, near the end of the movie, the guy from the psych ward had a briefcase with pictures of, images of these entities. They were horrible looking too. They were like, oh my gosh, they were giving adult nightmares. But I guess the guy from EX Ministries is basically saying that this was just the product of dark matter, perhaps. But I don't know. But one thing I do agree with that he said, a lot of these movies, they tell a story. You have to do a lot of research, I believe. I think it's a combination of you having to do a lot of research and having somewhat of a twisted mind to put a movie together like this. Okay? I mean, maybe someone did the research as far as looking into the spiritual realm and combining it with dark matter and making these invisible entities, basically make people commit suicide. Okay? That's just how I look at it. I feel like movies tell us a story. It really does. I mean, you have to, if you go and you look, throughout history, movies really do tell a story. We can go back as far as like, the Terminator, with Arnold Schwarzenegger. They got the idea of man and machine, and these days, if you do the research, they're basically pushing the idea of transhumanism. Okay, like making man and machine, these androids and stuff like that. There's a video game out right now called Detroit on the PS4. And basically it's about androids serving just people in general, just doing their dirty work, doing everything for them, and just so humans can sit back and do nothing, except we're not lazy enough as it is. But eventually the movie begins to the game begins to take a U-turn and going in another direction as far as the androids begin to rebel against humans, and there's this all-out war, and in the end, the androids just want to be considered to be citizens. They want rights, they want laws, they want to be able to buy land. And then you look over in the news, I don't know if any of you are paying attention, but overseas in Japan, they're creating androids already. There are androids there. There are androids in other countries. They have these sex bots to where you don't even need a woman anymore. Okay, and they look like real women, and they apparently feel like real women too. So androids. I mean, but this is stuff they've been talking about for years. People just think, oh, it's just entertainment. Oh, it's just a movie. It's just a video game. It's never just something. There's always a reason behind everything, okay? Everything. I just don't believe that there is any senseless entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And this Bird Box movie is no different. I feel like there's a message behind it. What that message is, I don't know. But I personally have an opinion as far as it being something related to the spiritual realm, making its way over into reality, and people actually seeing it. The veil being lifted between reality and spirit. And boom, there it is right there. Okay? There are people out there who have claimed that they've saw spirits before or demons. I'm not going to doubt anybody because we all come from different walks of life. I don't know what people get themselves into. There's a lot of stuff I know that we shouldn't be doing, that we do, and we end up in positions that scare the crap out of us, okay? This is going to be the last video I make on this because I'm just not going to look into this movie anymore. I just felt the need to share this dark matter theory with you guys. Just do your own research and look into it, and just tell me what you think in the comment section.